and we're doing something different for once. We're back in our bedroom, but we are mobile live streaming instead of using the desktop. So hopefully we aren't plagued by the same internet issues that we have been in the past.
No promises.
Yeah, no promises there. Of course, we'll wait for some people to hop on. I see some thumbs up already, so thank you for doing that. Hey, Shara, good to see you. Hi, Lauren. And I'm going to try to do something else as well. I'm going to try to pull up this mobile live stream on my computer to see if I can see the active comments as they're going. There we go. Yep. Perfect. We are doing great tonight. Hey, John. All right, so now I have to avoid looking at this picture. Yeah, we'll look up there and then we're gonna. So sorry, bear with me here. We're doing something a little different with our live stream. So because I've been plagued with internet issues, we are mobile live streaming, but because the comments disappear from the mobile device a lot faster, I have pulled up my laptop, and so we have. And Amy just did something else. She popped up the chat over top of our faces on the laptop so that we're not looking at things. But
is that okay?
Yeah, this is great. This is great. Actually, I'm gonna make it even bigger. Oops, I don't know where to go. There it is. Okay.
Haven't you just? Can you close the light?
Oh, I could just shrink that. You're saying just do this. There we go. Okay, perfect. Well, we're getting this figured out, how to do different live streams now that we've got access to mobile. So John asks how we're doing. We are doing great, especially here in California, because tomorrow, woohoo, everything goes pretty much back to normal.
Unless you're a kid.
Unless you're a kid. But we can go to the grocery store without a mask. I can go to 7-Eleven and get my Slurpees without a mask.
We kind of did that
I probably
already.
could have done that anyway because the 7-Eleven people haven't been wearing masks in quite some time. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Benjamin. That amount of white light makes me look demonic. I can lower the white light. There we go. Is that better? Is that a little better?
Hidden, but that's okay.
Huh? Now you're hidden.
Okay.
I do have might be a little bit too much,
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
we'll just stick with that. But thank you so much, John. He says he loves our SeaWorld vlogs. I will have another one for you, not tomorrow. The LA Zoo is going up tomorrow, but the SeaWorld will have another one for you on Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday, because I'm going to SeaWorld again tomorrow to talk about no masks at SeaWorld. And that's what we're live streaming about in a way today. Why isn't it refreshing on here?
I don't know.
I see all the comments up top. Well, I haven't seen any of the comments down below here. Oh, look, my laptop froze for some reason, probably because of my bad internet. So that is why I'm mobile live streaming. I can't even play back my live stream on my desktop. That's how bad my internet is right now. So I'm just going to close the desktop, and we're going to have to do this where you guys are going to have to comment multiple times. Actually, Amy might pull it up on her phone. But I did see somebody said that they were at Kennywood today.
Sarah.
I haven't been to Kennywood in a really, really long time. And I would love to go to Kennywood again. It's just been forever since I've been able to go. But let's see here. Hope Entitled Twister is open in 2 weeks, Benjamin. I have no idea. I mean, I'll pop by there tomorrow and see if it's closed because of COVID type stuff. Because tomorrow, SeaWorld says all COVID restrictions gone. No masks, no social distancing.
Yeah, I think they're still requiring reservations, though.
They are, but I mean, I think that that's not necessarily a COVID thing anymore. Like a lot of theme parks really want to just see reservations to, better manage how people are and things like that. But I fully expect I should be meeting up with Park Swap again tomorrow. And I want to ride Electric Eel with him. And my hope is that there are no capacity limits on electric eel tomorrow, so that they are filling every row, which means the line should be a lot shorter. That is my hope here. Arcade Jackpot Master says hi. Hey, how you doing? And you didn't have to count capacity today. Remind me where you work. Is it Legoland or are you at SeaWorld? I can't quite remember. Go ahead and remind me there. Much appreciated. But we are. I think Legoland as well. Yeah. Even Benjamin remembers. I think Legoland too. Yep. All right. Yeah. You're over by the kids' play area, if I remember right. And next time we're at Legoland, we're gonna try to stop by over that way and see ya.
Especially because our kids were begging to go on the big
They
play
were,
area.
yeah.
Because we had other things we wanted to do, but they were like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Speaking of play areas, San Diego Zoo Safari Park play areas open tomorrow.
Play areas, the tram, the carousel. There were a couple other things listed. So.
Yep. Lots and lots of things. Although, surprisingly, so the name of this live stream is that Disneyland announced today that there are no masks. No masks indoors or outdoors for vaccinated individuals. No masks outdoors for non-vaccinated individuals. Non-vaccinated individuals still need to wear a mask indoors. But surprisingly enough, the zoo, even though they took away masks like a week to 2 weeks ago, they're not letting non-vaccinated people take off the masks, even outdoors, which includes our kiddos. So the kids still have to wear masks.
I don't know how much that's gonna actually get enforced.
Yeah, I'm not sure it'll get enforced either, but.
And honestly, at this point, I don't. It depends. Probably in the zoo, we might keep a mask on our kids just because it tends to be more busy there. But I feel like the safari park, we're probably. I don't know what we'll do. We'll probably gauge it based on what other people are doing.
Benjamin has a good point. He says it's probably because all the animal exhibits, if you think about it, at Disneyland, you don't tend to crowd in one tiny little space. Yeah. And with animal exhibits, everyone sort of squeezes together.
That's why I feel like at the safari park, we may let our kids just hold them and keep them off because except for maybe the gorillas at the safari park, I feel like in the Australia area, I feel like we really don't get crowded around areas in the safari park like you do the zoo because everything's like wide and open, and most of the time we're the only people really around anyway because we go first thing in the morning when it's not very busy. So
yeah,
we'll have to see how that works. But
I almost wished today, I told Amy, I texted her this morning, once Disneyland suddenly out of the blue announced no masks.
Well, I don't think they knew.
I know, but it came as a shock, I think, to everyone because Disneyland's been preaching this narrative of we're going to have masks for quite a while, masks are sticking around, and so we were kind of confused when suddenly it's like, oh, you don't have to wear a mask. And I was like, wow,
Indoors or outdoors.
I was just at Disneyland on the 4th, and the way that Disneyland works with tickets right now, the way that a lot of vloggers are getting around, no annual passes and that sort of thing, it's cheaper to buy multi-day tickets, and you have up to 14 days to use all your tickets. So if I would have upgraded to a 2-day ticket back on the 4th, I could have come in again this week. Because that would have been within 14 days, and then I can have reported on no masks at Disneyland. But no, I couldn't have gotten work off. Yeah, I mean, Amy's totally right with that.
You got swamped today at work.
But I am going to, like I said, SeaWorld tomorrow. As soon as I get off work, coming back, eating a quick dinner, and then I'm heading out to do a video, see what's different. Like I said, ride capacities hopefully are up. See those social distancing markers taken down. I want to see, if all the lines on the seating in the amphitheaters and auditoriums, if those are all gone, that sort of thing. Plus, the Stephen Fishwick's art attack demonstration thingy-mabob that's a part of Electric Ocean. It wasn't up the other day. There's this guy who he spins art on a palette and throws paint at it or something. I don't know. I want to go do that. And that's going to be there tomorrow. So I've got a little bit of an agenda for SeaWorld tomorrow, but I want to catch up on some of these comments now here because I saw a bunch of comments popping up. Are they having fireworks on the 4th of July? Yes.
What, SeaWorld?
Well, SeaWorld is, I mean, San Diego is having fireworks.
Yeah, but SeaWorld looks like they're having their normal ones because they're
Really?
an hour. Well, SeaWorld's are at 9:45 and the Big Bay Boom's at 9.
Okay.
So.
Just
You might get two
to
things.
mark your calendar if you want. I mean, you guys might be at your own fireworks, but if you're San Diego, you're close, or you can't make it out to fireworks, we plan to live stream the Big Bay Boom. We have a spot where you can see all 4 barges down the bay. And we want to, go there, live stream, and you can see tons and tons of fireworks all up and down the San Diego Bay. Really, really great display, and I'm looking forward to live streaming that for you guys on the 4th of July. So we will be doing that for sure. But lots of things planned for that weekend for us. I know that locally, if you're local or if you're thinking about being in this area over the 4th of July, Coronado, as far as I'm aware, is not having their 4th of July parade because they needed to start planning months ago, and they just didn't know what restrictions were going to be like. So I don't think that those are happening. The Coronado parade, but Big Bay Boom is still going on. That is confirmed July 4th. And so we're definitely going to go to it. Let's see here. Guests won't have to wear masks at Legoland either. Staff still do.
Sarah's asking about fireworks at Disney. I don't know. Disney hasn't brought back fireworks anywhere yet. Even Disney World hasn't brought back fireworks. Yeah. However, I did read an article today that said I guess they're trying to hire a fireworks person for Disneyland because I guess it was listed on the job listing.
I'm going to try to move this, see if I can brighten you up a bit here.
It gets listed.
Is that too much?
Yes.
Too much bright.
Anytime that I guess Disney lists something anything to do with fireworks with hiring, like all the blog people snatch it up and are like, oh look, they might be getting fireworks back. But there's no date set for fireworks. The only thing I've heard of possibly coming back later this fall is an Epcot for the 50th, but I haven't heard anything for Disneyland. So, but who knows? If there's no social distancing and any of that, maybe they will. So
I'm pretty sure SeaWorld in Orlando is still advertising they're like the only place to go see nighttime fireworks.
Universal,
and things.
I think, is.
Yeah.
No, but.
So I don't know why Disney hasn't got back on the fireworks thing.
Because even Disney World was still distancing people up until they're changing their rules tomorrow too.
Okay.
Like somehow Disney World was also waiting, I guess, for Disneyland to do away with distancing, because I've read all these articles that said starting tomorrow in Disney World, like no distancing, which is new because they had permission, but it seems like maybe they were waiting for Disneyland. Because someone reported they saw a cast member ripping up all the markers and like the queue lines and stuff.
John says SeaWorld is my favorite place. I love going there with my family. It's one of ours too. Totally agree. No masks at SeaWorld too. Daniel asks. Yes, correct. No masks anywhere. No masks at the zoo, at the safari park, at SeaWorld, at Legoland, at Disneyland. I would imagine that carries into Universal, Knott's, and all of those places.
Yeah,
if you're vaccinated. Disneyland said no masks outdoors for all people, vaccinated and unvaccinated. No masks indoors, which was surprising to me for vaccinated individuals, just being Disneyland. I mean, statewide, that's a thing. But I was surprised at Disneyland. But yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, I've heard the same thing. My boss sent out a message earlier about there's probably masks at work until the 28th. However, I read there was an article earlier saying Newsom was possibly going to be revising that by the 17th or 18th. So it'll be interesting to see. But right now, the 28th is the date that OSHA is supposed to be revising all their stuff.
Non-Californian viewers, just be aware that Cal OSHA they didn't pass anything yet. They just were talking about keeping workers wearing masks for another year or something.
Well, they were at first, and then people I think shot that down because they were saying, okay, so a worker can wear a mask while they're working, but then they can go back into the exact same business 2 hours later when they're off of work without one. So
it didn't make any sense.
It
didn't make any sense that I had to wear a mask today, but I don't tomorrow, because 24 hours is going to make all the biggest difference in the world.
I know. I went grocery shopping today, and I still had to wear a mask in Albertsons, and I was looking like, can I get away with not wearing one? Nope.
That's what I mean by some things don't kind of make sense. So the video that's going to be posted tomorrow at the LA Zoo, I'm editing it. I edited it tonight. I still have to export and upload and everything to YouTube. All the behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't really get to see. But I was editing it tonight, and I said so many times like, oh, this is closed. I wonder if it'll change on June 15th. And I'm going to be posting the video on June 15th. So it's like, if you're watching my LA Zoo video, so many things that I'm showing may not even be the case if you go to the LA Zoo. And I was like kind of bummed that we should have just gone to the LA Zoo after June 15th. But
I don't know if they're changing things though, because I was Googling websites tonight while you were uploading stuff. So I'm like searching every place we just went to or going this summer
to see if they're changing their policies.
And I have not seen anywhere, like even posts on Facebook or Twitter or anything saying like we're updating things. So I felt like the LA Zoo was so almost restrictive. Like they were more restrictive than the San Diego Zoo.
Were.
That I don't even think they'd be ready to get rid of all restrictions by tomorrow anyway, because of how close certain things were off and stuff like that.
I told Amy I was surprised at that, because for the last 3 or 4 months, LA and Orange County, both of them have been ahead of San Diego on the restrictions loosening game. For months, they've always bumped a tier up ahead of us by 2 or 3 weeks. And San Diego, just moved to yellow tier recently, and tomorrow the tiers go away. No more tiers. But I was like, why is the LA Zoo more closed than the San Diego Zoo if, they have had lesser restrictions than us? That's not what made sense to me, but anyhow. Shara says they canceled fireworks for your hometown. Oh, so sorry to hear that. That's a bummer for sure. If I'm looking down, it's because Amy's phone is down there. We're using Amy's phone for comments. I wonder if I can balance it right here without knocking over the tripod. There we go. That's a little bit better. Because we're mobile live streaming. If you're just joining us, instead of using the laptop, because the laptop has problems with our internet. Yeah. Okay.
Apparently the phone's working.
Yeah, the phone seems to be working just great. If you're just joining us, go ahead and hit the like button if you would. It helps a lot. Lets YouTube know that you enjoy our live streams and enjoy our videos. And that just, like I said, helps overall. So thank you so much for that. If there are any questions, any comments and thoughts, we love to hang out and chat with you guys. That's what Mondays are for the most part. Next Monday, I do have a meeting up until 8 or 8:30. So I'm not sure if we're going to do a live stream. But John says he loves the lights in the background. Yeah, I've been trying to. I bought these lights months ago, and I've been trying to use them in our live streams. And that's why we keep. If you've watched a couple of our live streams, we start up here,
and then the internet hates
and then the internet doesn't work, and I have to go downstairs where it's closer to the router because we haven't had mobile live stream. And now that we do, it's like, okay, this is a lot more fun and a lot cooler. But yeah. Things are looking up here in San Diego as far as restrictions go. Once again, just looking forward to things that we're doing. This Saturday, we're going to the safari park to, again, report on the openings there. Things that I'm looking for in the safari park. Well, the Africa Tram will definitely be reopened. I've had that confirmed by several employees. The website says it too. Great. I'm looking for the Lemur Walk to reopen because the Lemur Walk has been closed for a very long time. I'm looking for the Bat House to reopen because, again, that's been another thing that's been closed for a very long time. And then I already know that the kids' play areas are reopening and the carousel is reopening. So those are 5 things that 3 of them I know are confirmed reopening, and I'm just wondering about the Lemur Walk and the Bat House in particular.
Is there anything else closed?
that I can remember.
No, I think I did see on the thing that like none of the shows are coming back yet. So like
Shows.
the bird show
Oh.
and like
The bird show's over by the gorillas and one of the play areas.
like they said no reopening date for that set. I think
They
was
haven't
that
used
day.
Timbo Stadium for a long time though.
Is that the one down where the elephants?
Yeah. So those are the only two show locations I can think of in the safari park, right? But anyway, Shara says that you enjoy all amusement park rides. I do too, for sure. But I have not been on the carousel at the safari park. Do you have to pay?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why. That's probably why. Do you have to pay for the carousel at the LA Zoo?
Probably.
Probably. And do you have to pay for the carousel at Griffith Park?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So all the carousels apparently in all these places that you have to do.
Yeah.
Peyton says, when is the Children's Zoo reopening?
In October or November?
So let's clarify, because the question is San Diego Zoo Safari Park. There isn't a children's zoo at the safari park. There are play areas at the safari park, and those will be reopening tomorrow. The Children's Zoo, the Denny Sanford Children's Zoo, is at the San Diego Zoo, and it's been closed since before COVID for renovations, updates, remodeling, that sort of thing. And that should be reopening, as she said.
October or November.
As she said, in the fall.
Sometime in the fall.
We'll definitely have a whole video dedicated to the Children's Zoo when that Children's Zoo. Oh, the petting zoo.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense. The petting zoo should. Yeah, that's another thing that's on my so the two things that I mentioned, and then that one will be the third unconfirmed thing that I hope reopens is the petting zoo. The petting crawl, I think it's called, Kraal.
Is
The
that what it's
petting crawl.
Corral.
Crawl. It's in the African area, so I'm assuming that's Swahili for corral.
The
or
only thing
something.
I can think of whenever I think of the petting zoo is the first time we ever took James in there when he was like 2 when he went in and kicked a goat. We felt really bad for the goat. It's like, that's not what you do with the goat. You don't kick the animals.
Yep. But thanks for clarifying on that for sure. I know a couple of you are Legoland employees. You mentioned, and what's different at Legoland? I've only been to Legoland once in my entire life, which was a couple weeks ago. So
Really crowded.
I didn't even really get to see what was still closed and what might be opening. So maybe you might have some things to pitch in on that point if you are still watching at this point. But I'm racking through my brain trying to think of things that were closed. I think the submarine type thing was closed.
Are you talking about the one that's like indoors?
Yes.
One of the guys said that's like permanently closed.
That's permanently
Like,
closed. So that's disappointing.
Or if it's not permanently closed, like they haven't heard when it's reopening type of thing.
Shara asked if I have looked at Kennywood's Steel Curtain on YouTube. No. It's been 10 plus years since I've been to Kennywood. Have you ever been to Kennywood?
Nope.
Then it's been over 10 years since I've been to Kennywood because we've been married for 10 years, and if she hasn't gone,
Nope.
then that means it's been more than 10 years for me. But I've been on the Steel Phantom and
That's not the same
the
as
Phantom's
Steel Curtain.
Revenge. Is that just the same ride?
No,
No?
I'm pretty sure that's one of the newer ones.
So it's been a while. I don't know when we're gonna make it to Pennsylvania again. Deep Sea Adventure.
never mind.
Oh, okay, there you go. Deep Sea Adventure is opening on June 19th, most likely. Awesome. That was the thing that most interested me when I. Oh, did the cat just go by? Or
I don't
something?
know. Maybe her tail's
Yeah,
over them.
I think that they might have seen the tail walk by because they just got a question. What's our cat's name? Cat's name is Mia.
Or Amelia.
Are we going to visit any parks? Can you clarify, John? Do you mean like in Pennsylvania? If new ones, new parks. Oh yes. Okay. Thanks for clarification. we went to the LA Zoo. That's new for us. So that, like I said, that video is coming on my channel tomorrow.
Wait, San Diego Zoo is much better.
I agree, but the LA Zoo is a lot cheaper.
Even Pittsburgh Zoo is much better.
I
We have been to quite a few.
I agree with that
better
too.
zoos.
I've been to the Atlanta Zoo, Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
Zoo. Maybe anyway. To answer the question, are we going to any other parks? Yes, Monterey Bay Aquarium. We are going to Monterey Bay Aquarium in end of July. But the ability that we have to, hey, Mr. Ducks, the ability that we have to venture to other parks is limited right now by one cost. We have annual passes to all the San Diego parks, so we can go there as many times as we want, and it doesn't cost us any more than the initial amount that we spent. And to go to other places, of course, we have to pay money. Then we have to get there, and usually everything is at least 3 hours away. The LA Zoo is a 3-hour drive for us. Phoenix Zoo, which we want to go to, but when it gets a lot cooler, is 5 hours away. We might go to Vegas, check out whatever they've got in Vegas. As far as other local theme parks, maybe Knott's Berry Farm at some point in the future.
We want to do Knott's. We were just most likely.
Hey, David.
We don't see that happening until either fall at the earliest or probably next year, because we literally were waiting for our oldest to hit that 48-inch mark, which at SeaWorld, they will let him on the swings, and they will let him on Elmo's, like, saucer flying fish ride, because his hair is touching the 48-inch mark. However, they would not let him on Manta because technically his head is not touching the 48-inch mark. Just his hair. Tiny bit of hair. So, for Knott's, like, the minimum height requirement for, I would say, 80% of the rides there besides Camp Snoopy is 48 inches, so we don't want to take James there and torture him with him seeing all these big rides.
Carl says, I'm certainly not going to ask you about the basketball challenge, wink wink. Did you see my latest video, Carl? I specifically looked at the basketball challenge for you, man. It wasn't up though. Just spoiler alert if you didn't watch the video. But I will check tomorrow because I'm going tomorrow. But I don't think it's going to be open, to be honest with you. I'd be surprised if it is. Those sorts of games didn't look like they were close to. Yes, you must watch. I specifically call you out, Carl. I say, no, Carl wants to see this. So I showed it. But all those sorts of midway type games didn't look like they were anywhere close to reopening. But I could be wrong. We're going to find out tomorrow. That's why I'm going. Because I want to see what all is open.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of those are closed, though, because of staffing issues, not really COVID issues.
Oh, that's entirely possible. The arcade was open. I was really, really surprised. The arcade for all the video game type stuff was open, but those don't require personnel to whack-a-mole, you know what I mean? So that's probably, Amy's probably right, that since a person has to staff each and every one of those midway games, that's probably why they're closed. Just staffing shortages would be my guess. Shara says the tallest coaster in PA is...
He's talking about the Steel Curtain.
Oh, Steel Curtain. I see. Steel Curtain's tallest coaster in PA. Yeah, I definitely haven't been on it then. I was about to say, Top Thrill Dragster's in Ohio.
Yeah.
I was like, is something taller than Top Thrill? But
theme park.
Sky Rush, is that the tallest ride we've been on?
What,
in Pennsylvania?
Probably.
Sky
That
Rush?
thing was insane.
I love Sky Rush.
It was insane.
I love it.
It was insane.
It's fun. She doesn't like it.
I rode it. I've ridden it 3 times, but...
Peyton says they're going to Monterey Bay Aquarium next Wednesday. Awesome. We're not getting to go till July, but
we were gonna
hope
go
you have a great time
this month, but when I booked our tickets, they had the time reservations to get in, and the next available time, when I looked at least, to get in at opening was the end of July. However, then they opened more availability later, but at that point we had already bought our tickets, so it is what it is. Plus, I've already requested off work and everything, so we're just leaving it for end of July.
Yep, we'll have a Big Sur video that weekend too. Not sure how exciting it'll be, 2.5 hours of driving through Big Sur, but you might get some, nice views. We might loop that together with Morro Bay, as we're on our way back. But let's keep going. Dragon Blood asks, did I reserve for Legoland the week of July 4th? Yes, we have reservations for Saturday, July 3rd, and Monday, July 5th. I think we might end up going both days, to be honest with you. We'll see. We booked one until we thought that Coronado was going to have their parade on the 3rd or something. Like there was a reason why we thought they were going to do something on the 3rd. And then we went ahead and we booked for the 5th too. But we just kept both reservations to give us the flexibility. Whatever it ends up being, we're going to try to get into both though. Let's see here. They took out the Steel Phantom? Oh no.
Isn't that the one they replaced though?
Maybe. Oh, they put the steel curtain there.
No, isn't that where they put the Phantom? Or is the Steel Phantom the newer one?
The Steel Phantom was the roller coaster that had been there for ages and ages and ages.
Yeah, and
then they rethemed it, the Phantom's Revenge.
So then that one's, I think, still there, isn't it?
But she said they took out...
She said they took out the Steel Phantom.
The Steel Phantom. But yeah, but that would be the Phantom's Revenge. They would have taken that out, because it was the same coaster.
Oh.
They just rethemed it.
Oh.
So, let's see here. I saw that you went to my restaurant. Yes, we did go to your restaurant, Dragon Blood. I was looking for you. And, of course, Arcade Master, Arcade Jackpot Master there. Both of you guys, do you know each other? Dragon Blood and Arcade Jackpot Master, both of you work at Legoland. I went to Disney yesterday, Arcade Master says, and I wonder what it'll look like on Wednesday. Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying to Amy as well. I mean, I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, we were there just on Saturday driving through because we went to downtown Disney. And I even told Trevor, I'm like, I really hope by September when we go, we can deal with no masks outside. And
2 days later.
2 days later, we get away. So I'm like, I'm excited. I'm really excited now for September and the fact that, I mean, even if we have to throw on a mask, I told him, even though we have to throw on a mask on our kids, like for rides indoors, I can, they'll tolerate that. We can tolerate that.
All right, Arcade Master and Dragon Blood are going to exchange details. Anyhow. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Shara was asking, I think it was Shara, maybe it was Peyton. Somebody was asking about Legoland, and that's what spawned the whole conversation in the first place. So Legoland, what is Legoland? It's mostly a kids' theme park, if I had to put a definition to it. A lot of the rides are smaller. In fact, a Wild Mouse type ride, the Technic coaster, is the largest coaster, the largest ride that they've got there at Legoland. But a lot of really fun things. They've got a Soarin' type ride now that they've just put in over at the Lego Movie World. They've got a sort of like a Fruit Ninja type ride over at the Ninjago area. It's not really Fruit Ninja. You're supposed to like push your hands like this, and you shoot like shurikens almost at things. But it's almost exactly like the new Spider-Man ride that Disney just put in, except for Spider-Man you go like this. So it's the same principle though. And Legoland has one of those. They've got a mini coaster, or not mini coaster, but like a kid's coaster, the Dragon, and
even a smaller one than that.
My 3-year-old loved the Dragon. Absolutely loved him. He's like, I love Dragon Coaster.
It was his first kind of bigger roller coaster too. So,
thank you, Tuong. Tuong says great videos, and we have a beautiful family. We appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. But some other things that Legoland has. Why don't you talk about some of your favorite rides from your childhood that you were excited for James to do?
Well, the Dragon probably being one of the big ones, just because I remember riding. I must have gone when it wasn't very busy. Like, I don't remember when we went. It was probably it would have been in the summer, but I don't remember what time of the year. But What, Journey to Atlantis?
Natalie just said a little birdie told her the Journey to Atlantis is reopening.
Ooh.
Natalie works at SeaWorld, y'all. But that means that for my SeaWorld video tomorrow, I have so much to do. Oh, man.
I'm not even gonna like come home and eat dinner.
I might have to just come home and go straight to SeaWorld to get all this stuff done. I don't know.
Anyway, for Legoland, I remember doing. I was young enough, so I think I've said this before. I was probably around 11 or 12 because I got to do the little driving school thing. So I was so excited for James to get to do the driving school ride where he got to drive his own little car. And unlike Disneyland, it's not on a track, type of thing. And then I remember the little power tower where you pull yourself up the rope. He did that with James. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I walked up to it and I was like, I remember this being a lot bigger than it really is. So there were just quite a few rides there that I still remember as a kid. And then obviously there were a lot of newer things. The kids really like the mini land displays, so we look forward to going back again.
Yep. So Tuong asks, how hot is it in San Diego? Well, I've got a ceiling fan going. I have a little desk fan behind me going, and I'm still hot. It was 90 degrees today. I think it's supposed to be 97 tomorrow, something like that.
In this area.
Yeah, in East County, El Cajon. It won't be that bad like in SeaWorld and things like that because it's on the water, and it tends to be 15 degrees cooler. Well, there you go.
That sounds nice.
In Legoland, it was 74 at Legoland, which is right on the water up in Carlsbad. So a lot cooler up there.
Yeah,
but
I took my youngest to swim, or my oldest to swim lessons this morning at 9 o'clock, and it was already 86 degrees this morning. So
yeah, East County, it's hot. LA Zoo was hot.
It was 89 degrees.
So, but LA Zoo was nowhere near the water either. It was quite a bit inland. But yes, heat wave here in San Diego right now. And like I said, along the water, it's a little cooler. So it won't be too bad for you.
Yeah, I was about to say, the San Diego Zoo, why are we going to the safari park this weekend? Oh, we're gonna melt. We usually, if we weren't vlogging, we normally avoid the safari park pretty much the months of now through, I would say, like September or October. Like, we might go once, and that's it, because once it hits this temperature, because that park is inland, it is unbearably hot. Yeah. So we will go do it for you guys, but
the safari park is hot for sure.
Yeah, the zoo, if you're going at this time of the year and you only could pick one, definitely go to the zoo because it's going to be a lot better temperature wise.
It's cold in Punxsutawney. That's, I guess not super duper surprising.
We've been to Punxsutawney.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, if you didn't know, and it could sometimes, rarely happen, but it could snow in May. Could. So it doesn't really start to warm up in Pennsylvania till around now-ish. And then it starts to get cold again. In September, you start getting the chill fall air. And like Halloween, like the day after Halloween, a couple of years ago, we were there. Halloween was fine, and you needed a jacket and what have you. But like November 3rd,
it was like winter.
It was like winter that fast. That was the last time I've been to Pennsylvania. It's been four years now, going on 4 years, I think, since I've been to Pennsylvania. Hey, Frankie, good to see you.
I would say it's probably hot wherever he is.
Arizona, yes, I am sure it is crazy hot there. Is that near Phoenix, Tucson, or like Flagstaff, one of those types of places? Because we almost went to the Phoenix Zoo this weekend.
Until we looked at the weather.
And we're glad we didn't because it was 109 in Phoenix. So I will take the 86 that it was at the LA Zoo over the 109 in the mountains. Okay, not too bad. I was shocked at that too. So we drove through Arizona a couple of years ago. We were in Phoenix. It was 113 degrees in Phoenix. And just a few hours later, we were in Flagstaff, and it was 70 degrees.
And he was like, "Oh, I could live here. It's really nice." Until I reminded him that, I mean, if it's like this in the summer, what's the winter like?
If it's 70 in the
Because
heat
it
of the
was
summer.
something like 6,000 feet above sea level too.
Yeah. Yeah, way cooler than it is in the desert. 56 degrees? Wow. Yeah, it's probably because my mother was there. My mother just went back to Pennsylvania for a visit last week, and my mother always brings bad weather with her. So she should have brought the rain back here. That's what she should have done. Every time she visited San Diego before she lived here, she always brought rain. And she went back to Pennsylvania. She just got back yesterday. And she didn't bring any rain. It's crazy hot here, so that's just.
But
that's
I've
what
heard
happens,
the
I
whole
guess.
West is in a heat wave right now. Because I grew up in Utah, and someone posted that they're having a major heat wave in Utah too. So.
Tuong is asking if we still have to reserve to go, not for the San Diego Zoo or the Safari Park, but I believe SeaWorld and Legoland and those sorts of places are still requiring reservations. So the theme parks are still requiring reservations, but the zoo and the Safari Park are not. They said that tomorrow nobody needs reservations, tomorrow and forward. So that's nice.
Except that they were the easiest place to make reservations out of all the places that you have to make reservations for. The zoo was the easiest one to do it for.
She's not talking about availability either. She's talking about the ease at which it was to make a reservation.
Like, I could make a reservation for the zoo in like 2 clicks. I didn't have to do much. I could just reserve it for 5 people. The SeaWorld, you had to type in everybody's barcode and then their name and their email, and it took forever. So I will be kind of glad if SeaWorld does away with reservations.
Yeah, Dragon Blood just confirmed Legoland is still reservations. Any other questions, thoughts, comments, things like that? Do you see front of the line passes coming back this month? It's possible. Maybe if Natalie's still watching, she'll be able to pitch in here. But Legoland's Express Pass, is that what it's called? Quick queue?
No, because that's
Something?
SeaWorld.
No. What's it called?
Front.
Oh, come on, you guys! You're watching your Legoland, guys. Tell me what it's called. I've only been there once, so you can't fault me for it.
Skip the line or something.
Dragon Blood Arcade Master. There we go. Reserve and Ride. Legoland's Reserve and Ride has been up. We used it the last time we were there, so I am hopeful then that SeaWorld's will be as well.
Yeah, that's kind of a good idea, Frankie.
I need a classic Disneyland poster on the wall behind me. I would agree.
Maybe you should have gone that one you saw the other day. That's not really a classic.
What was it? It was
like Indiana Jones or something.
It was $40.
It was 80, wasn't it?
It was 40.
It was 40,
$39.99. If we go back up there and that's there, I want it. I loved it. It looked great. Actually, where is my other one? Is it downstairs?
What, your Star Wars one?
Here. Yes. You can chat with him
Why
for.
are you leaving me again?
You can chat with him for 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Not even 5 minutes.
Okay, then I'm stealing your comfy
You're
chair.
stealing my chair.
I'm stealing the comfy chair. Yeah, we do have a Star Wars poster that we got. When was it? I guess 10 years ago. So when we went to Disney World for our honeymoon, they still had the Star Wars weekends in Hollywood Studios, and so we got this Mickey Star Wars print thing. And so we could probably hang that up.
This is what I got, and that's what I usually have hanging, different places and things. But I saw another one just like this, that it was Jungle Cruise, and we saw it at Downtown Disney.
Jungle Cruise or Indiana Jones?
It was Indiana Jones. Oh, there was a Jungle Cruise one too. I don't think I videoed it.
Okay.
But when the Downtown Disney video,
I can swap chairs, but
that's fine. Actually, yeah, because the brightness is not good for me.
and swap.
When the Downtown Disney video hits, which who knows when that'll be, Thursday maybe, You guys can check out the one that I almost got, but it was $39.99. And that's a really great idea. I actually like that. Who is it that said that? Frankie? So thanks for the suggestion. I think I will buy that. Stick it on the back wall. It's a great idea.
Natalie said quick.
Oh, awesome. There we go. There you go, Carl. Natalie says Quick Queue is available. So that's pretty cool. Do you know if by chance, and maybe even Amy knows, I don't know, if like higher level tiers of annual passes provide like a free quick queue, like one free quick queue or something per visit or anything like that?
I think the platinum one might, or the gold and the platinum one do.
Because I might consider upgrading if it means that I could save time when I go to do vlogs like this. Because if I have to wait in like an hour-long line for electric eel tomorrow, it's going to kind of be annoying. But I'll do what I have to do anyway.
But it's also a weekday.
Yeah. Journey to Atlantis is probably going to be the higher priority for me, though, since it'll be open, because I want to put that on a vlog as well. I don't care. Let's working through these comments again. Dragonblood was asking Natalie if the all-day dining is coming back. Yes, dining plans are coming back. Awesome. Do you know, Natalie, if that means that the refillable mugs from 2020, if they'll be like allow you to buy a 2021 one, or how that works? 'Cause I bought a 2020 mug and I used it for 2 months, and then it went away. I know that with the Seven Seas Food Festival, they allowed us to exchange it at a discount, so we didn't have to pay for an all new Seven Seas pass. But we still had to pay. Yeah, I doubt they're going to. But I thought I'd ask. Someone's probably.
And it'd be nice if they come back, because one of the things we've hated with this whole thing is that you can't even get like free cups of water in the park right now, or refill your thing, because we just refill it with water half the time.
We should, one of these times when we go to SeaWorld, we should buy the all-day dining thing and just review it and see how it works.
And then maybe Dragonblood or any of you Legoland people know. Do you know if you guys are bringing back those refillable cups around Legoland? Because we saw that last time, that if you get one of the refillable cups, they usually have freestyle machines around the park, but they were all closed off.
So that was a question specifically for Dragonblood and Arcade Jackpot Master. If you guys were aware if the freestyle machines are opening back up, would love to know about that. Awesome, great. Dragonblood says they're back. So perfect.
We'll be getting a couple.
We are going to be buying a refillable cup.
So is that the ones for
Legoland next time we go?
Like, can you get it for the year then? Because we
The
saw that advertised.
The $29.95.
Oh yeah, because you said freestyle.
Yeah, the $29.95 for a refillable cup at Legoland that is good for 365 days. I assume that means 365 days from the point of activation. So if I activated it on July 3rd when we go, we'll get till July 2nd the following year. That would be my guess. Maybe you can confirm that. But that's how I imagine it would work. It didn't say it was per calendar year. It said 365 days. So we didn't get it last time. Yes, a year after the day of activation. Great, thank you. We didn't get it when we went in, when was that, May? And Memorial Day, Memorial Day weekend, because it was like, you had to pay like $8 if we wanted to use it again the next time we came or something, so.
We haven't decided on the county fair. We're leaning towards no. We thought about going to report on it for you guys, but I have now had 4 different friends from church who have gone, and they said it was a big letdown. Granted, they've gone in the past, and we have never gone to the fair.
We've never been to the fair.
Because honestly, we've seen it, and we've seen how crowded it is, and we don't do fair rides, and which you can ask me later about my whole spiel with fair rides, but we haven't done it in the past, so maybe we'd probably enjoy it because we don't know what to expect, but everyone I've heard that has reported on going this year said that yes, it was half the cost, but it was like a quarter of the stuff that they used to have. They said there wasn't even animals for the kids to look at. Um, they said the only ride I think was like the carousel and one other thing for kids, and you still had to pay extra for that. And then it was maybe half the amount of food, so we haven't decided if it's worth really going or not yet.
Yeah. Just some more conversations about the cups going on in the comments. Natalie isn't quite sure if the 2020 cups will be honored. We'll take ours anyway. We'll give it a shot. But we'll buy another one if we need to. If you go as frequently as we do, I highly recommend grabbing refillable cups from just about anywhere. In fact, we went to Universal in Orlando, and we were only there for one day, and we bought their refillable cup. And it ended up being a good decision.
Like $2 refills, though. It's not free refills.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it makes sense to get them. Like at the zoo, you don't have to buy a refillable cup, but if you buy any fountain drink, they give you this nice big plastic cup. And if you bring that plastic cup back, I mean, we have one from 4 years ago, and they still give us $2 refills. So.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, Universal's was free refills. Like you had to wait 10 minutes, I think, between refills, but it was free refills for the rest of the day.
So the question if the fair was going to be open this year, yeah, we were talking. That's what we were talking about. That we're not going. It is open, but we're not going to go. Probably
we may decide, but probably not. And Frankie agrees with me on fair rides.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and the short answer of it, my whole thing is if a ride can be put up and taken down in a matter of a day or two, I don't trust how safe it is. So, that's the short end of it.
So right now, Carl, yes, the dining thing is just at 6 items right now. But Natalie confirmed they're bringing all-day dining back. So that's the thing that you pay like $30, $35, and you can eat all day. I think you have to wait 90 minutes. Is it 90 minutes between meals? I think that's the normal dining plan. We have never done it. I will be sure to review it for you guys at some point. I'm not sure if this is the intended way to use it, but this is how we plan to use the SeaWorld dining plan. If we get it, is we're going to buy just one plan, and at 11 o'clock when the first food place opens, we're going to get one meal, and we're going to split it. And then 90 minutes later, we're going to go somewhere else and get one meal
really not
and
what
split
they want
it.
You to do.
It may not be what they want you to do, but it's how we're going to use it. So we'll let you know. If that's the way to go.
Peyton, I mean, we've never even been to the fair, so it's hard to know whether we like looking at the animals at the fair, because I think I've only been to a fair once in my life. I went to like outdoor festivals and stuff in the past, but not really a fair.
Our arcade jackpot master, you meaning that Legoland will be open till 9 p.m. is that July the 4th that you're talking about? That would be okay. That would be pretty awesome. I have commented to Amy that's like, oh, it's kind of disappointing. It closes at 6. Does it close at 6 or 7? 6.
Most of the week.
It just seemed like it was really early. I mean, SeaWorld closes at 9. It closes at 10 on the weekends. But yeah, I know it closes at 9 tomorrow. SeaWorld anyway. It closes at 9 tomorrow because that's why I'm going tomorrow. But it closed at 10 when we went last Friday, so
like, is it Friday and Saturdays SeaWorld's open until 10?
I think so.
Sundays 10 or
I'm
Sundays
not
9?
sure. Natalie might be able to confirm. I haven't really paid attention to it. How's Belmont Park? I haven't been to Belmont Park since April 4th. I think we went on Easter. We went on Easter Sunday. Went to Belmont Park right after theme parks reopened, and I haven't been back, but it was pretty crowded then, but it was the hardest spring break too.
Yeah, I was about to say, and even then, because there were so many out-of-state people, I felt like at Belmont Park, even though there weren't supposed to be, because they weren't checking, we felt like no one was really following COVID restrictions even back then. So my guess is they'll go back to normal tomorrow.
So Arcade mentioned that Legoland will close at 8 on Saturdays from August 1st to the 16th. That's not very long.
I know.
Is that just like the middle of summer, basically?
Maybe.
That's what
The
they're...
last couple weeks before school starts.
Yeah.
Because our oldest starts back on the 17th of August.
I'm not sure following those comments there, but as we started off the conversation, things are looking up here in San Diego, though. Especially, I was chatting with all Saturdays. Oh, I see, all Saturdays. And every day, Legoland. This is just going back to Legoland. Sorry if we're kind of scatterbrained in our conversation at the moment. All Saturdays and every day between August 1st through the 16th is what I'm seeing. Arcade says that Legoland will be open till 8. So that's pretty great. I'm hoping the fireworks are going to happen on the 4th of July. So are you talking about Legoland? Is Legoland going to have their own fireworks? Or are you talking about like San Diego's fireworks?
Well, they wouldn't be able to see San Diego's.
Not from Legoland, but I mean, I wasn't sure if Legoland had fireworks. I didn't know if they did or not. So
maybe Oceanside might do their own.
Yeah, maybe so. Or do they?
I don't know.
Or would everybody have to go to the Big Bay Boom? Would that be like a big
I
county
don't
line
know.
thing?
No, because
El Cajon does their own
we
fireworks.
usually walk to
I
our
suppose that's
local
true.
park for them.
Are we doing another Legoland video? Yes.
Eventually.
Yes. July 3rd or July 5th. One of those 2 days.
And Legoland usually has fireworks.
Okay, cool. But yes, we will be going back to Legoland, so look for that video July 7th-ish, maybe? It'll be up before then. Can you get tickets for SeaWorld and do the add-ons at any point before you arrive? Yes. You mean you can buy tickets to SeaWorld right now, and then, yeah, you should be able to buy the add-ons just online on the website. That there is a way that you can go to the... I'll just pull it up here, because I want to take a look at it. SeaWorld, San Diego. If the internet's working on my laptop, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it ever wants to.
Then it's not great.
I'm hoping you are
Yeah.
working as well. Like I said, we wanted to see you last time, and hopefully we'll catch you this time.
We're planning on doing, I think, the aquarium and the water park this next trip, aren't we?
Yes. Well, that's why we have 2 days as well, because we might spend quite a bit of time in the water park. But my laptop wouldn't work, so that's what I just closed that, by the way. But I believe that to be the case. Yes, you can buy add-ons ahead of time, so no problems there. But yeah, we're going to the Sea Life Aquarium and to the water park. Oh, why don't you talk about what you learned about being Legoland pass holders?
So we were looking at our Legoland pass because he bought the highest one.
I have the biggest pass,
But
the elite
then we
pass,
have-
because it has no blackout dates, and
we have the one right below.
Yeah.
And we were looking, and it said on it, like, access to 30 plus locations across the U.S. for Merlin Entertainment. And I was like, ooh, what is this? So I did some research, and apparently, according to online, it gets us access to all the Sea Life aquariums and Legoland Discovery Centers, like, pretty much across the United States. So if we go to Phoenix at some point in the fall, they have their own Legoland Discovery Center and Sea Life Aquarium. So we may actually try to go there as well, because we wouldn't even have to pay admission to go.
The other cool thing that I learned from that is we've actually been to a Sea Life
We
Aquarium.
didn't realize it.
And we didn't know. I mean, we knew it was called the Sea Life Aquarium, but we didn't know it was like Legoland's, or Merlin Entertainment's anyway. And it was in Sydney, Australia. And it's like, how about that? We've already been to one. And if I remember correct, that pass would get you into that one
No.
too, wouldn't it?
No,
Oh,
it
it's
just said US.
just the U.S. ones. Okay. Well, can't get everything, I
No.
guess.
They don't expect people to be flying international, I guess.
But anyway, we are, I think, gonna wrap up the live stream now, hitting an hour, and I still have a video to finish. I gotta export it, I gotta upload it, I gotta do thumbnail and all that sort of thing before I go to bed. And it's what, 10 o'clock? So we are gonna go ahead and wrap this up. As always, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for spending time with us. And be on the lookout for LA Zoo video tomorrow. SeaWorld San Diego opening and Journey to Atlantis, no masks, and all that sort of stuff coming on Wednesday. And yeah, we'll see what else we got coming out later this week. Like I said, thanks again, guys, and we will